Adam Hill and Heidi Fang, coveringthecage.com and the Las Vegas Review-Journal here at the Monte Carlo, the luxurious Monte Carlo here on the Las Vegas Strip, site of one of the two UFC cards this weekend. The UFC TUF 26 finale is here. UFC 218 in Detroit, all the way across the country. We are here, be giving you everything you need to know from the TUF finale. We'll also have you covered for UFC 218 in Detroit, but we're going to make picks on some of these fights. We've got a lot of fights coming up this weekend, and we'll start right here, the Park Theater in the Monte Carlo, the main event, a new main event. We just found out literally hours ago that Sijara Eubanks out of the competition. She made it all the way to the finals, but she will not be able to compete. She was hospitalized while cutting weight. So that means Las Vegas, Roxanne Modafferi in. She will fight Montano in the final. We don't know the line on this fight yet, but man, Roxy has a huge opportunity. The Las Vegas, she was on The Ultimate Fighter before. We've known her for so long around the sport, and a chance to win a title. And she has a huge edge in experience. Definitely
so. And with Nico being kind of green in that area, I would think that Roxanne has a really strong edge in this fight. I would expect the odds to come out somewhere like at probably minus 300 or so at least.
Look at you setting numbers here. So I would assume that means you're picking Roxy in the fight.
You would be correct. Even, though sometimes I do like to go with the dog, and I think Nico Montano is very hungry and has a lot to offer. I just think that Roxanne has the better grappling and the better strength in most of the areas of the fight, and I think that's where she's going to prevail.
So that is the fight card here in Las Vegas. A bunch of other fights as well. Check out Covering the Cage for the rest of our picks from that card. UFC 218 in Detroit. Some really, really good fights on that card, starting with the main event, the featherweight title bout. Jose Aldo challenging now, the longtime champion, challenging Max Holloway in a rematch for the title. This should be a great fight. I think I know where you're going, but what do you got?
I'm definitely going with Max. I think that's where you thought I was going. His last fight and loss being to Conor McGregor, but since then has been on a tear of 11 wins in a row. I just don't see any way right now that he loses. I mean, Aldo's coming off of their last fight, being the fight that he faced Max Holloway, lost. So it's been a while for Aldo there, and then the pair of losses that he's had as of late, he's had a couple in there and one win. So I just think that Aldo has kind of weathered through a lot lately, and I don't think that we're going to see the same Aldo that we're used to back in those WEC days and his early UFC days where he seemed invincible. I'm
going with Jose. I think he bounces back, and the biggest reason is I think we saw him off that last loss that he suffered to Conor McGregor. He came out on fire when a lot of people thought he might be done, had a spectacular performance in his next fight. I think he is a guy who embraces the comeback, who wants to get back in there and bounce back from losses. I think he does that once again. Another big fight, a big fight, literally. Francis Ngannou, Alistair Overeem. I think Ngannou gets the job done.
I'm going to go with that same guest, and I will also pick that fight. I'm going to go with the first round knockout, just to get it a little close, in case people are
early on. I say second. I'm going to go second round. Right, some other fights on the card we know as well. Gaethje Alvarez, that's a great fight. A bunch of really good fights. So check out coveringthecage.com. We'll get you everything you need to know, get you previewed, and the picks up there. Coveringthecage.com and the Las Vegas Review-Journal. And follow us on Twitter at Covering the Cage, on all the social media, at Adam Hill, LVRJ, at Heidi Fang.